This is your weekly IUP-TV News Bulletin, broadcasted from Davis Hall. My name is Tracy Edmiston.
And my name is James Geddes. We bring you stories that are relevant to IUP and the Indiana community. Masks are no longer required in IUP campus and indoor facilities. President Driscoll announced this decision yesterday in consultation with the IUP leadership team and COVID planning group. Students are still expected to wear masks in the IUP Health Service, Punxsutawney Buildings and Counseling Center.
The Indiana Mall has recently been up for auction. The 44-acre site has been sold. The Indiana Mall began its operations in 1979, and it includes stores like JCPenney, Kohl's, Harbor Freight, and Movie Scoop Cinemas. The Indiana Mall will surely be missed by the community.
Indiana County will now be split in two separate congressional districts. The borough of Indiana will be moved into the new district, as well as surrounding boroughs of Clymer, Armagh, and White Township. The Supreme Court approved this move to help achieve better population equality, mirroring the citizenship of Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf and the Liquor Control Board panel ordered all of their stores to remove Russian-made liquor and licensing services as soon as possible. The Pennsylvania Licensed Beverage and Tavern Association considered this is necessary to show its disapproval of the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the damage the attack has done to world peace. This also serves as an act of support and harmony for the people of Ukraine. Pennsylvania is a home for the second largest Ukrainian population in the U.S.
The World Bank is set to provide a $3 billion emergency aid package to help support the people of Ukraine. The first half of the aid will be submitted to the board for approval this week, while a $200 million funding will also be distributed for health and education. During this uncertain and difficult time, the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank has vowed to provide further assistance to help Ukraine and its citizens.
DirecTV is ending its contract with the Russian media outlet, RT America, in response to the invasion of Ukraine. The company found it necessary to remove the network due to biased reporting about Ukraine. DirecTV will no longer be providing RT America programming, effective immediately.
The second report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, states that many of the impacts of global warming are now irreversible. Previously, the IPCC described how humans affect the climate system through pollution and emissions. The new report looks at the causes and possible solutions to climate change, one of those being ongoing temperature rises. The IPCC urged the United Nations policymakers to focus on climate-resilient development. This report comes just 4 months after the UN meeting for climate change in Scotland.
The United States Food and Drug Administration has warned people not to use powdered formulas from Abbott Nutrition facility in Michigan. The powdered brands are Similac, Alimentum, and Elecare. This announcement comes after another infant recently passed away. Earlier this month, there was an investigation following consumer complaints of multiple infections. The FDA recommends that parents talk to their healthcare providers in case they have any concern about their children's health.
The NCAA March Madness tournament is returning to Pittsburgh at the PPG Paints Arena. Pittsburgh hasn't hosted the tournament since 2018, and the return of the tournament will bring millions of dollars to the Pittsburgh economy. The last time Pittsburgh hosted, the tournament generated an estimated $8.5 million. The first and second round games of the tournament will be held March 17th through the 20th.
This is IUP-TV News.
With temperatures getting warmer, some can't help but think of the sports that come with it. Our Tyann Bell gives us an inside look on the start of the spring 2022 baseball season.
IUP baseball is back and with a new head coach. Former Major League pitcher Steve Klein has played 11 seasons with 5 teams and has coached professionally with San Francisco Giants organization since 2008. I got a chance to talk to Klein and ask how the transition has been from coaching in the minors to college.
You got to take a step back, a little bit more grassroots coaching. The minor league kids are kind of more advanced. Here you got to never assume that a player knows what you're talking about. So you kind of have to trend in there with some kids' gloves once in a while and kind of, teach them and show them what they have to do. And then, like I said, my staff's been great. My staff does a lot of the coaching, and they stay on these kids, and the kids are willing to learn. That's the key to the whole thing about coaching. It's just the kids want the knowledge of it, and you can try to give it to them, they'll take it.
Welcome to the IUP family. The season started as the team headed to North Carolina 2 weekends ago to play in a 3-game set to start the 2022 season. And here is Coach Klein with his opinion on how the season has been going so far.
The season's been fine. We're showing some promise, and the kids are working hard. And we went down south for 7 games, and we came back 3 and 4. I'm just happy that we got to get outside and catch some fly balls in the outside. We've been inside in the gym for the last couple months, so I thought we would struggle a little bit with that, but we didn't, and we hit the ball really well. So far, so good.
The following weekend, the boys get back in action with another weekend trip back to North Carolina to play against 2 familiar conference teams. The Hawks split doubleheader with Lock Haven and split twin bill with Millersville. The team has been putting in the work and time into practices, workouts, and their academics. The first home game is March 12th against Wheeling University. The coach gives us some pointers on how the team has been preparing for the first home game of the season.
We're excited. I mean, they just hope the weather's nice. That's the big thing. But the kids been practicing hard. We play some inter-squad games here against each other. We try to build our pitchers up, try to get them to their pitch count so that we're ready to run through the season against every team once we start playing every Friday and Saturday. So they've been just hitting outside. We've been playing some inter-squad games, and then the kids would hit at night, and we work on some fielding, some different plays that we're trying to implement, and it's been going great.
Good luck, boys. I am Tyann Bell, reporting from IUP-TV News.
It's easy to let yourself go when staying inside is your safest option. Fortunately, IUP students can choose to go to the Hub Fitness Center when in need of some physical activity. Here, I discuss the importance of keeping students healthy during these times. If you want to stay healthy, you probably think about going to the gym. Here at the IUP gym, students come and go to stay healthy. Every day, from 6:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., the gym is available. In fact, this is one of the few places that stayed open throughout the pandemic.
I'd say the gym is very, very important to me because, well, it gives me something to do, it keeps me in shape, makes me have a positive self-image, along with a lot of other people.
Perhaps you have heard about healthy body, healthy mind, especially at this time of year when the weather is challenging and COVID is still prevalent in our community.
I feel like the gym helps you have a positive mental health because if you go to the gym, you feel positive, feel good, help you have a better self-image, and leads to an overall better mental health.
The Hub Fitness Center is a good way for students at IUP to stay active. However, keeping it safe during a pandemic can be a challenge.
The most important part about keeping the gym open and safe during the pandemic is having a safe space for students to come, hang out, and exercise and relieve some of the stressors from class. So as a staff, we're doing our best by sanitizing all the equipment after use and coming in at 7 a.m. once a week to come in and sanitize everything just so everybody is safe. And it's really important to us, and I'm sure all the students, to have a place to come and work out.
The state-of-the-art facility offers students the ability to work out, play intramural sports, and much more. Staying active is one of the most important things college students can do, especially during the trying times of COVID-19. The fitness centers are open Monday through Saturday and are accessible to all IUP students with an active iCard. This is James Geddes reporting for IUP-TV News.
Need a place to study? You should come to the Stapleton Library at IUP. Stapleton has various places for students to get work done. There are individual cubicles and areas if students want to work alone. Also, there are multiple group areas for collaboration. It's a good place to get schoolwork done, and it beats sitting in your room.
Tracy, did you hear about the IUP softball team this weekend?
No, I haven't, but I'm excited to hear about it.
Tori, what you got for us?
I got IUP softball and more. The IUP softball team started their season this past weekend, winning 2 out of 4 games down in West Virginia. The 2 wins came in the Friday doubleheader against Salem and Shippensburg by a combined margin of 16 runs. Jenna Rue smacked 2 home runs and Jordan Sylvia had 4 extra base hits in the 2 victories. The ladies' next games will be this Saturday, March 5th, for their home opening doubleheader series against Shepherd starting at 1 p.m. Next, we have the women's lacrosse team who absolutely torched Ashland in the season opener 17-2 last Friday. Chantel Jimenez and Brianna Whiteside each had 3 goals to lead the scoring barrage from the Crimson Hawks. Midfielder Sarah Russell's defensive dominance earned her PSAC West Defensive Athlete of the Week. She was one of 9 players in all of Division II with 6 caused turnovers in the contest and one of 10 with 8 ground balls. The next time you can catch women's lacrosse will be this Saturday at home versus Bloomsburg at 2 p.m. Let's catch up with track and field. Congratulations to Kendall Brandon on winning the 800-meter dash title in the PSAC Indoor Championships this past weekend at Edinburgh. Brandon set a PSAC championship meet record with a time of 1:52.59. Another member of the team that collected an accolade this past weekend was Michael Clark. Clark was given the PSAC Indoor Track and Field Champion Scholar Award after maintaining a 4.0 in the pursuit of a pre-med biology degree. On to the courts with the women's tennis, where the 19th-ranked Crimson Hawks defeated Bucknell 4-3 over the weekend. The win marks the ladies' second win over a D1 opponent this season and puts them at 4-2 on the year. Natasha Monday picked up her 5th victory of the season and remains undefeated in dual match play. Back to the other court with the IUP women's basketball squad. The ladies defeated Pitts Johnstown last Saturday on senior night to close out the regular season, but lost to Edinburgh Wednesday night in the opening round of the PSAC tournament. Back to the court with the IUP women's basketball squad. The ladies defeated Pitt Johnstown last Saturday on senior night to close out the regular season, but lost to Edinburgh Wednesday night in the opening round of the PSAC tournament. The Crimson Hawks do have a chance to continue this season if they are selected to the NCAA tournament by the committee. They were just ranked number 5 in the latest D2 Atlantic Region Seed reveal. The selection show airs on ncaa.com on Sunday night, March 6th. That's a wrap for me. This has been your IUP Sports Weekly Break.
The Hub Fitness Center is the go-to place on campus for students to work out. The cardio machines will keep your heart rate pumping. And there is plenty of equipment for strength training of your choice. Our functional training rooms will help you keep your core in shape. From strength training to cardio, this is the place to go to stay fit.
If you're looking for a new activity to spark interest in yourself and your child, S&T Bank Arena's Learn to Skate program could be the perfect fit. Here's Eric Dennis with his story.
As you walk into S&T Bank Arena, on a Tuesday night, you will be greeted with children laughing and playing. Children are excited to get ready and get on the ice and learn new skills in their skating journey. Today there are about 40 student skaters. In order to help teaching these skaters, about 20 volunteers are needed to run the classes. For 7 weeks, the skaters learn how to ice skate with different levels so they can become better skaters. Some may be ready to graduate and compete if they wish to, in figure skating and ice hockey. For some people it's very difficult, while others have no problem at all. But all levels will be able to skate efficiently at the end of the classes.
I like Learn to Skate because it'll show me how to play hockey in the future.
Coach Stephanie is in her 4th year as skating director for S&T Bank Arena. She has 25 years of skating experience, with 4 years working for Disney on Ice. These amazing coaches is what gives your child the advantage.
So Indiana, this is the only rink in Indiana County. And we're also a seasonal facility, so we only have our ice basically from the end of August through the 2nd week in April, sometimes the end of March. So it's right when you think of ice skating outside during those cold winter months. And right now it's prime opportunity to get on the ice because of the Winter Olympics. So we're one of the only facilities in Indiana County that can offer something like that. So I have to say, it's those little ones that are probably really scared to get out on the ice, and when they first realize, oh my God, I can do this, and their faces light up, or when somebody starts to nail a specific skill that they haven't been able to do before. That's something that's really rewarding. I think one of my favorite things though is when the little kids run through the lobby just to give me a hug and they're like, "Hi, Coach Stephanie." That's what's super rewarding for me.
If you're looking for a way to spark interest in your child or yourself, you should give Learn to Skate a try. This is Eric Dennis reporting for IUP-TV News.
When moving to IUP, students are provided with many choices of where to live during their time here. Nicholas Storch of IUP-TV News opens up our minds to the pros and cons of those places on and off of campus.
For most high school graduates, college is the beginning to moving out of their homes and starting their new lives. For new students, college provides two options for living on campus. One is living in dorms that are different sizes.
Living in a dorm, it's basically just like your own tiny little apartment. It depends on the dorm you have, whether it could be a semi-private suite where you have your own bedroom but you share a kitchen with somebody else. Personally, I think it's just fine. I don't have a problem with it. You have a lot less chores to do because there's not as much space to take care of. And also the Wi-Fi here on IUP campus specifically is very fast, and you're also much closer to where I take classes at least.
Or students can move into apartments provided just off campus.
I would say I like being a little more independent. There's that. I like having my car like right there instead of having to go all the way to Robert Shaw. Rent's pretty good. I think it's just easier than being in the dorm. Yeah, that's really it. We have control of the heat and stuff, which is nice. Air conditioning. Well, we had to get our own air conditioning, but it wasn't bad. Yeah, that's really it.
Depending on who you ask, both these living arrangements provide their own advantages for different students.
I wouldn't recommend it over living in an apartment. It really depends on all of what you need and what classes you take and your preferred style of living, as well as specifically inside the realm of preferred style of living. What can this dorm offer that maybe an apartment could not, or vice versa?
I would say maybe wait till junior year to move into an apartment. I mean, I didn't move until like senior year, but I think junior would be better. Simply that it might be a little bit easier to make some friends just being in the dorms.
This is Nicholas J. Storch reporting for IUP-TV News.
Indiana, Pennsylvania may be a small town, but there's much to be said about it and its people. Consider listening to this IUP student who was running for PA state representative with some big goals in mind. Stoker Wyzorek has the story.
It's a big world out there, and in a big world, your voice may seem small. One IUP student is on a mission to crush that stereotype.
With your help, we can bring change to make a better tomorrow.
IUP student Brian Doyle is running for state representative of Pennsylvania's 62nd district.
I've been interested in politics and working to help people with things like clothing drives and cleanup projects for, honestly, my whole life probably.
Doyle hopes to bring, quote, new young energy to Harrisburg and clean up our government of corrupt career politicians.
Corporate greed is a big factor in what causes political gridlock and what causes our government not to help people.
Brian is motivated to run for this position after seeing his fair share of problems. This includes his family being left with no insurance due to job loss, and his school budget was slashed because of low enrollment rates,
leading to many of my professors getting laid off. With your help, I hope to make sure things like this never happen again in Indiana County.
He had support from professors at IUP.
I was just a student here at IUP one day, and I had a professor overhear me talking about politics. Is like, hey, why don't you get involved? You're clearly passionate about it. And now I'm running for state representative, trying to help even more people.
It's obvious that Brian has been involved and will continue to be. With his involvement can come topics like COVID-19. Luckily, Doyle has a plan.
My campaign as a team, we want the Pennsylvania state government to send free COVID testing kits and free KN95 masks to anyone who wants it.
Brian's goals also include the legalization of recreational marijuana and his message to why.
If they ask me why, I would respond, why not? It's an overly popular issue for voters of both parties. If we pass it, the Pennsylvania state could start bringing in $600 million in revenue from taxes by being able to regulate the market on recreational marijuana. So when we look at the other side, they like to tout that they're the fiscally responsible party, but when they're actively making decisions that's stopping the government from being able to bring in extra money, they're being fiscally irresponsible. So that's how I would respond to them.
Looking at the big picture seems to be one of Doyle's many strengths, but he can't do it alone. These changes demand involvement.
Making change starts with you. You need to get involved if you want to see change. It's easy to feel voiceless. It's easy to look at your government and what's going on in the world and feel hopeless, but if you can step up and take action, it can make a big difference, bigger than you think, because it starts with you and it spreads out from there.
You may wonder about how you can get involved. The team has an Instagram page titled Brian Doyle Campaign, where you can get all the latest updates on where they will be next. Doyle tells us about an upcoming event.
So my campaign, we're planning an event in Blairsville.
You can find him there talking about what we addressed today and much more. The time and specific location of this event have yet to be chosen. So, what are you waiting for? Get involved, educate yourself, and join Brian Doyle on his journey.
Together, we can build a better Pennsylvania for Indiana County. I'm Brian Doyle, and I approve this message.
This is Stoker Wyzorek, reporting for IUP-TV News.
Looking to buy or rent properties in Indiana, PA? Well, let me introduce you to Top Ridge Realty. Top Ridge Realty is a fairly new yet popular real estate brokerage located in Indiana, PA. It's a very reliable brokerage based upon the success and reviews of past sales. Top Ridge currently rents out to over 400 off-campus students. Some of the houses rented by these students include 464 South 7th Street and 859 Wayne Avenue. Top Ridge is ran by owner Andrew Wetzel, and make sure to come check out Top Ridge if you're looking for great deals on houses.
Do you appreciate local businesses? Do you enjoy the way that certain things smell? With the new season just around the corner, it's time to ditch those winter candles and find your new spring scent at Philly Street Candle Bar Shop. Our Jacqueline Himes has a story.
Small business pizza shops are everywhere, but for handmade, homemade, quality pizza that will leave you feeling pleased, you'll want to come to Tom's Pizza. Tom's Pizza has served Indiana, PA for the last 52 years, bringing smiles to people's faces with their delicious food. While taking precautions, they are still serving up their favorite regulars that they've had for many years. Many college students find themselves working here while taking classes. Here, I have waitress Victoria, who tells us what her favorite part about working for small businesses.
I love the environment, the people, and the flexibility in working in a small business.
Running a small business can be tough, but the outcome of seeing people enjoy what you're creating while supporting you is a great feeling. Here, I have Christina, the owner of Tom's Pizza, who tells us her experience with running a small business.
Well, taking over a family business, and we've been here for 52 years, it is quite rewarding. And knowing that you have a following for such a long period of time. And I enjoy interacting with the customers as well as producing great food and food that people really enjoy.
Being a small business in a college town like Indiana, PA can be hectic at times. Christina shares with us what that is like.
It is challenging, exhilarating, and very satisfying at the same time.
You can find small businesses all over Indiana, PA. Shops like Bob Subs, Meraki Boutique, and Philly Street Candle Bar are just a few more examples of small businesses to show your support to. A few ways to support a small business is to engage with their social media, tell your friends, leave reviews, and cheer them on. I'm Jacqueline Himes reporting for IUP-TV News.
Static at IUP is hosting a movie event at the Indiana Mall on March 4th. The event will take place at 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. The event is free, but you must register to attend.
The West Pass Collegiate Career Fair will take place at the Monroeville Convention Center. The event will happen this coming Wednesday, March 9th at 11 a.m. till 4 p.m.
Do you happen to enjoy the performing arts? Don't forget to check the Music Theater Carousel. The show will include a guest director in collaboration with Theater by the Grove, IUP Music and Dance Theater, as well as IUP Symphony Orchestra. The show will be at Fisher Auditorium tonight and tomorrow at 7:30 p.m.
That's all the news that we have for this week. Tune in next Thursday for more stories. My name is James Geddes.
And my name is Tracy Edmiston. Check this channel out next week for more stories, like the upcoming music ensemble and TikTok influencers. We'll see you next week, Indiana.